It's interesting when you think about the potential applicability of these sorts of compounds and ways of kind of manipulating your cholesterol levels. And basically everyone in the world is at risk for atherosclerosis. Our research focuses on regulators of LDL cholesterol in the body, which is the main risk factor that we have for atherosclerosis, which is the underlying problem that causes heart disease and stroke. The more LDL cholesterol you have, the more likely you are to get a heart attack or stroke. And so there's a lot of things that actually we can do to lower our cholesterol, but we still haven't found a level of cholesterol that gets too low that causes any problems. And so one of the relatively new targets that's been gone after in the industry is this protein called PCSK9 that causes the LDL receptor on your liver to be downregulated, and the LDL receptor on your liver is the way that we clear LDL cholesterol from our bloodstream. So more LDL receptor, less LDL cholesterol, and therefore less atherosclerosis and heart disease. And it's actually a well-established drug target at this point, but really has only been well targeted with biologic therapies and things that require injections or or something along those lines. And so our discovery is this molecule or series of molecules we think that will interact with PCSK9 in a new way at a different part of its life cycle to disrupt its function and then lower cholesterol levels. It's kind of a traditional drug-like thing that you could then take in a pill form, like once a day, to lower your cholesterol. As a scientist, I know what experiments I need to in order to prove a mechanism of action or I say support a mechanism of action or support the way things are working forward. But the experiments you might choose to do or prioritize to answer some question or piece of knowledge may be different than the experiments you might choose to do if you want to move something closer to the clinic or move something closer to a product or make it more marketable or what have you. And I know how to do the first part, but I don't really know the answers to the second part. I can guess, but it's always better to have people who know those answers, and the Harrington Discovery Institute helps with that. Working with the Harrington Discovery Institute has really been fantastic for me in particular because it's brought not just like financial support for the project, but intellectual support with some of the really well-established consultants who can really help drive the project forward. And so it becomes this almost fun experience where you're discussing data and then coming up with new ideas with really established people in the pharmaceutical industry to really make the right next step or push to the right next experiment that can really move the project forward.